Hey, what is going on, you guys? It is Mr. No Sleep here from Old School RuneScape, and welcome to a brand new loot video for you all today. So today we bring you loot from 1000 Kalphite Queen, done by our good friend Wiggy here and Team No Sleep. I gotta be honest with you guys, this one was certainly more time consuming than the ZMI video. Over 45 hours spent just to kill 1000 Kalphite Queen, starting at 220 KC and ending at 1222 KC. None of this was done on any particular Slayer task. All of this was done simply with the Nezzy helmet, the full Bando setup. Alongside that, the Dragon Warhammer for the special attack, the Abyssal Bludgeon as the main hand weapon, and then for the range phase, you have the full Armadillo setup with the Blowpipe, the Bagations, Anguish, as well as the Assembler. This Iron Man is certainly decked out and never ceases to amaze me. As it goes for the inventory, there's always one super combat as well as one range potion with an antidote and just about one prayer potion. To the bottom right, we have the most useful teleporting capes in the game, other than the max cape, of course. That would be the crafting and the construction. Crafting cape obviously used for quick banking, as most of us know, and the construction cape was just good for the rejuvenation pool so that minimal supplies were used. Although it is Kalphite Queen, and for anyone who is familiar with this boss, there's always going to be a lot of supplies used. The Kalphite Queen was released into the game September 7th, 2004, and at a combat level of 333, she's mostly remembered for being the main monster to drop the Dragon Chain Body back in the old days of RuneScape. Back in the days when this Dragon Chain Body was sometimes the most valuable item in the game, or at least on a top 10 list of being the most valuable item in the game at the time. Now, not even being 2 minutes into this video, you guys have seen multiple Dragon Chain Body drops, and that is because the drop rate for a Dragon Chain here is only 1 in 128. And although 15 years ago the price of this Dragon Chain Body was skyrocketing, nowadays it's unfortunately at an all-time low of 274k. But honestly, I don't think the value really matters. I think it's all about the look of the Dragon Chain Body. It's never changed. It's always been the same, and it truly does stand out even to this day. So the Kalphite Queen is always going to be infamous for leaving you with the Dragon Chain Body, as well as having a Dragon two-hander sword at 1 in 256. All these elite clue scrolls that you will see throughout the video, they're at a drop rate of only 1 in 100, so that's pretty nice. If you're ever going to camp this boss, you are definitely guaranteed a lot of elite clue scrolls. And of course, just like in all these loot videos, all the caskets were saved towards the end. And luckily for even this Iron Man account, elite clue scrolls are always going to be easier to do than masters, and I think all of the steps were able to be done, so that's great. And what a double death that was. A KQ head as well as an elite clue scroll in the same kill. Unfortunately, Wiggy did die at the same tick, so there's like 13 kills similar to this. So when the RuneLite loot tracker is shown at the very end of the video, it's actually 987 kills, and this is because the 13 that weren't accounted for were mainly just double deaths. So that is unfortunate, but nevertheless, all kills were banked and everything was tracked 100% accurately. So nowadays in 2020, I would say there's mainly two reasons to do Kalphite Queen, and number one is definitely for the pet. That lovely Kalphite princess at a drop rate of 1 in 3000. It is desirable amongst a lot of players in this game. There's, two forms of it, so it's kind of two pets in one. Just like when you kill the boss, you have to deal with two different forms of her. There's also a Jar of Sand, which is 1 in 2000, but I don't really think many people go for that unless you're trying to complete the log on this boss. And another reason to kill this boss is because of the tattered Kalphite Queen head. Players are guaranteed to receive one, for their 256th Kalphite Queen kill if you don't happen to get one before then. And just like the normal KQ head, it can be taken to the taxidermist in Canifis, and she'll charge you 50,000 coins to make it stuffed, and then you can mount it in your player-owned house. And this is part of the Desert Elite Achievement Diary. So that is a prime example of how to make a boss in RuneScape gain much more traction than ever before, having a diary requirement there. And as a matter of fact, on December 18th, 2014, the drop table was completely buffed and reworked, now always having 2 drops here, with the first being either a food or a potion, and the second being a standard drop. The average value of each kill at this time was increased 50% higher than ever before, and for the most part, most of the drops remained unchanged, with some of the lower value loots replaced with new, more valuable ones. Elites were now also twice as common to receive. Then you have an update on July of 2014 where the pet did come out, so that brought some more attention here. And to even help with the annoying times when people would get crashed and kills would be interrupted, an update in June of 2015 made it so that there's now a peek option at the entrance so that you can see if anyone is in the room before you go down. And there were a few more updates, but those were the main ones. As it goes for the food and the potions that can be dropped by the Kalphite Queen, you have monkfish, sharks, and dark Dark Crab, so all pretty high tier. And then for the potions, they are all very useful as well. The Ceradome and Brew, the Prayer Potion Superstore, and a superset as well with the anti-poison. Now, this really isn't a Kalphite Queen guide video. This is mainly just kind of covering all the drops that she does have to offer to you all. But there was one whole kill shown. It was sped up just a little bit, but from start to finish, even running there, it was all shown. So, you know, if you guys ever kind of want to see how this was done on Wiggy's account, this is a good example of that. And it really is unpredictable when it comes to the amount of food used per kill. It's really all RNG and, you know, how good your bonuses really are. Sometimes almost no food would be used at all, and sometimes there'd be all the food used just for one kill. Prayer Potion Sips also unpredictable, just kind of depends on how quick the kill is. And although many people do use a Dwarf Helmet because of the crush bonus, Wiggy didn't really want to do that because of the 7-way switch. 7-way switching, you know, we'll save that for Zulrah. The Fire Cape was used at the start, but did change to the Mythical Cape after a couple kills due to the crush bonus. Obviously, that's going to really benefit with that Dragon Warhammer special, which is critical to these kills. Overall, there was about 7 deaths in total during the 1,000 kills, and then I think the others were just double deaths, which affected the Runelight price check very minimally though. The kills per hour here was about 20 to 25, and that does vary based on your experience, you know, how many times you die per hour. And as it goes for the total supplies used, you know, obviously this is an Iron Man account, so supplies are more critical to this account than a main account, but it will affect the price check, so it is important to kind of add the value of those supplies up, all in food and super combat and range potions and a couple prayer sips here and there, all the vengeance runes, the rune darts, the Zulrah scales. You don't have to use rune darts here, but it is advised, you know, because you will be making money for the most part, as most people do at Kalphite Queen, due to all those helpful updates which boosted the drop table, which was very much necessary. And as it goes for, you know, Slayer wise, you can kill this on a Slayer task. It is a Kalphite, it is a boss obviously, and it can be assigned by 8 different Slayer masters. So this is a very popular monster to kill. Obviously, you don't have to kill the boss version if you get assigned it. You can decide to cannon the smaller ones for a very fast, very laid back Slayer task, which I would say is the complete opposite of the boss. You know, certainly not laid back at all. Does require a lot of clicking, and there's multiple ways to kill this boss. You know, you don't have to do it this way. There's always going to be more methods out there, and in the description of this video you will find different Kalphite Queen videos, so you don't have to rely just on this one if you want to know a basic gear setup or a strategy. Like I said, this really just covers the drops, so you guys can, you know, see the ending here and see if this boss is worth your time if you don't really want to kill it for a pet or for a diary, if you're more so interested in just the profit. So the max hit of the Kalphite Queen is a 31, and that did, you know, happen quite a lot during this video, which did cause some deaths. The attack style can be stab, range, magic, and she is certainly aggressive. Other than the drops mentioned before, you know, you can find different herbs, all very high tier, as well as some seeds, those being magic, toadstool, palm tree, so pretty high tier as well. For those Iron Men out there, you know, 60 noted wine of Zamorax will keep you coming back, as well as 100 noted potato cactus. Great supplies for herb lore, and even cooking, you know, 100 noted grapes. You can also expect some rune bars and buckets of sands, as well as some magic logs and gold ore, so really awesome drops. I think Jagex did a tremendous job on the drop table buff. Really does seem worthwhile to kill it. You know, this boss is no walk in the park. It does require a lot of clicking and concentration, and even some RNG at times. And although I rarely do touch on it, Runelight was used this whole entire time, and it is used in all these loot videos no matter who is doing them. Really is useful for a boss such as Kalphite Queen, especially with the Vengeance timer, as well as the special attack shown, the HP, you know, that really does add up so you know exactly when the boss is dead. Sometimes it may look like she's dead, but 1 HP is still 1 HP, and in return that can cause you to die. So you gotta be on point here, especially when it comes to paying attention. As you've seen through the video, a lot of Dragon Chain Body drops, certainly a lot of Elite Clue Scroll drops, and we are coming to a close here, so we are about to do the price check. If you're curious as to why I never uploaded this video in the past couple years, it's really just because there's a very few amount of bosses in this game that I just don't enjoy killing, as many of you don't enjoy killing some, I'm sure, and Kalphite Queen as well as Grotesque Guardians are on that list. So I didn't think I was ever going to do this video, which is why I'm very thankful that it did get done by somebody, and that somebody represents Team No Sleep. So we hope you guys enjoyed it. Let's go ahead and get into the price check, show you guys all the marvelous drops that this boss has to offer, and see all the profit. Decent amount of range and strength XP as well from this video, just like you'll get some good Slayer XP if you do this on task. Alright, in the very first price check, this is all of the resources, the wine, the logs, the runes, the coins, as well as the bars, the gems, and so much more. 30.1 million from the very first price check. That is absolutely incredible. As you can see, those potato cactus even in there, a lot of money from them. Overall, 6 elite clue scrolls, which will be opened shortly, 10 dragon chain bodies, and 3 3 Dragon 2-handers. Unfortunately, no Kalphite Princess. Maybe next time, you never know, but it does take a lot of luck for that one. And now for the second price check, this is all the rares, the seeds, as well as the herbs. You know, almost 7 mil just from the magic seed, 28.9 mil, but due to the runelight prices, we will round that up to just about 30 million. So overall, 30.1 mil plus 30 mil comes out to be 60.1 mil from 1,000 Kalphite Queen. The supplies used was just about 17.4 mil, so that leaves you with roughly 42.7 mil profit, not to mention 8 Kalphite Queen heads, one of them being tattered. And if you're curious of the difference between the two, check out the description. I left all those very useful links regarding this boss in there, as well as many different awesome YouTube videos for you guys to check out. Now it is time for the Elite Clue Scrolls. Let's open these up so we can throw these on top of the profit that we already saw. It's not often we ever see a good Elite Clue Scroll reward, as many of you know, but Ranger gloves were finally seen. 741k. They have dipped in value a little bit, but nevertheless, it is appreciated. You know, everything does add up. And just a few chests after that, a Mimic was obtained, and from that did add a little bit of spice to the reward, being 15 raw manta rays. Another 755k reward, surprisingly, which means that overall from 6 elites, you got 2.11 million. Right below that, you can see the Kalphite Queen being tracked accordingly, but that screenshot will also be in the description below to show you guys the drops one by one if that price check wasn't sufficient enough. So with the 2.2 mil from the Elite Clues, that leaves you with the total profit being 44.9 million, which will go ahead and round up to just say 45 mil from 1,000 Kalphite Queen. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we certainly hope you enjoyed today's video. I really do appreciate you guys, and thank you for taking the time. Until next time, Team No Sleep out.